So we see Bitcoin had a down-sloping trend line. It came into this key support just below 25,000, upsloping trend line, flat top right here. We came up, we broke out. As we were coming down, I was short Ethereum and Bitcoin. Okay, now Ethereum, if we know, and I went over this chart last time, look at this pivot point, look at what we hit. Right when we got there, I sent out the alert, the trade signal to exit your short, take profits right there on Ethereum because the chart alerted me to do that. I'm gonna hold Bitcoin on the short side. By the way, we're in the money on that short from about 30, just under 30,000. And the idea was here is that we take some of the profits on the short off the table to kind of put those in our pocket.
It has been a great couple of days for Bitcoin investors and Maxis. In addition to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, going after almost everything but Bitcoin, BlackRock, the world's largest asset management firm with $10 trillion in assets under management, also applied for a Bitcoin spot ETF, a privilege the U.S. regulator has refused to bestow on any of the firms that have been applying for over 10 years. With the asset managers standing in joined-at-the-hip relationship with regulators, experts are certain the ETF application will be approved, which will make Bitcoin more attractive to big money investors. The impact of the great and exciting news could be felt on Bitcoin prices, which shot up on Wednesday, hitting a 2-month high and smashing the $30,000 level. As of press time, the leading crypto asset has gained over 9% in the past 24 hours and over 16% in the past week. After hitting 50.11% of the overall crypto market capitalization, Bitcoin market dominance is also looking very good. That's its highest level since April 2021. To cap it all off, renowned technical analyst and famous short-term Bitcoin bear, Gareth Soloway says he is now exiting his Ether and Bitcoin shorts in expectation of the crypto market's next move. According to Soloway, chief market strategist at verifiedinvesting.com and inthemoneystocks.com, the ongoing rally could see Bitcoin hit its earlier high of $30,500 within the next few days. Soloway is also loading up on some Solana, Cardano, and Polygon, top altcoins which he expects could put in some big moves in the short term. While discussing his views on the rally, the technical analyst explains that BlackRock's ETF is just the SEC throwing the crypto community a bone after months of a relentless crackdown. Soloway also believes there are some deeper issues at play here, and that the stock market might be saying more about the ongoing crypto rally than BlackRock's ETF application. We will now bring you clips of some key moments from Soloway's latest game plan broadcast. Please watch the video to the end, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel for more crypto-related videos. Also, be sure you drop your comments and observations in the comments section below. Thanks and enjoy the video.
We're going to get into some big stuff here. We're going to talk crypto, Bitcoin breaking out, altcoins starting to bounce. I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on with the BlackRock ETF. I'm sure everyone's heard about it, but really, what's the key? Why is that helping so much? It's not the ETF, folks. That has little to no impact overall in the near term. It's a sentiment change, and that is going to be key. It's Gary Gensler, the SEC, giving the nod to BlackRock, in my opinion, to say, okay, throw the crypto community a bone. And just again, think about all the crackdowns they've done, the amount of money that people have lost on altcoins. And again, we know that Bitcoin's not a security. Gary Gensler, the SEC, has said that. So that means ultimately that they're throwing a bone to the crypto community, saying, all right, we'll give you guys this one. We'll do a spot ETF. Now, it hasn't been approved, so don't get me wrong. There's always a small chance that it doesn't get approved. But, you have BlackRock with, what, $11 trillion under management with ties to the U.S. government like this. You can't tell me that after everything that the SEC did a week or two ago, and then this news hits, you can't tell me that there's not some sort of collusion there between the SEC and BlackRock. BlackRock, you can't tell me, didn't go to the SEC and said, hey, we want to do this. Will you back us? Will you let this happen? In my opinion, they said, yes, we will let this happen. Now, if we go to the charts, getting right into the charts here, guys. So we see Bitcoin had a down-sloping trend line. It came into this key support just below 25,000, upsloping trend line, flat top right here. We came up, we broke out. Always try to pocket some profits. Then turn around and say, okay, if the crypto market continues to deteriorate, Bitcoin can likely come down more. Now, Bitcoin hasn't done that, so I'm looking on a retrace from this breakout to probably exit my short on Bitcoin. All right, so again, just going back to it, we have a clear breakout short term. Now, please understand, I am a short-term swing trader. This has nothing to do with my long or medium-term analysis. My medium-term analysis still says that Bitcoin is very vulnerable, especially as long as it doesn't get through this key 30,000 level, 30,500 level on the charts. Okay, so again, yes, it's a good little move short term. I do think we could retest 30,500, but as long as that doesn't break, Bitcoin remains extremely vulnerable and in a progressive bear market. All right, now again, the reason why I say that is not that the regulation clarity that is coming isn't going to be good for crypto or Bitcoin. That will be a good factor. What I'm more concerned about is the stock market and the stock market's de-risking impact whenever that comes to fruition on what is going to happen to the crypto markets.
Are you tired of the boring old stocks and bonds and would like to add some much-needed variety to your retirement savings account? Look no further than iTrust.capital, America's #1 self-directed digital IRA platform for individual investors. iTrust.capital allows you to enjoy the flexibility and tax benefits of individual retirement accounts (IRA) while investing in the exciting world of cryptocurrencies. With over 30 popular cryptocurrency offerings including Bitcoin, Ether, Dogecoin, Polkadot, Axie Infinity, Polygon, and Uniswap, you can invest in all your favorite cryptocurrencies and trade them 24 hours a day and 7 days a week from the comfort of your homes. You can also invest in physical gold and silver, while personally taking charge of your retirement plans and future with iTrust.capital. iTrust.capital is committed to providing a safe and secure platform for investors. The platform uses advanced security measures such as multi-factor authentication and cold storage to protect investors' assets and information. iTrust.capital is also regulated by the SEC and FINRA, ensuring investors are protected by the highest regulatory standards. Investing just got more exciting with iTrust.capital's new conditional transactions feature. This feature allows you to set conditional buy and sell orders so you never miss out on market rallies or get trapped during downtrends. Step into an exciting new world of opportunities with America's #1 crypto IRA platform by following the link in the description box below. It is safe and secure and gives you the much-needed variety for your traditional Roth, SEP, or simple IRA. Don't miss out on the chance to invest in the future of finance. Click the link below to get started.
Because what we know is historically that Bitcoin continues to be a risk asset. All right. Now, again, it was clouded because of the regulatory unknowns. You're starting to get a little clarity with this BlackRock ETF, spot ETF filing. So this is the key. If you go to the SPX chart and we look at this chart, right? So again, amazing move to the upside. We're at short-term highs. In fact, the S&P 500 yesterday, or a couple days ago, this was last Friday, we were at around 4,445. That was the highest point going back to over a year ago. It was a 52-week high. Now, you might say, wow, that's amazing. But if we look at the equal weight, now this is where I kind of bring people back to reality, right? This is your equal weight S&P. Now, the reason why the equal weight is important to look at is because it shows us that if every stock was equal in the 500 S&P stocks, this is how the chart looks. Now, this is a big difference because look, just going back to February, we were higher than the current levels on the equal weight. So what does this tell us? This tells us that there's been a group of stocks, all right, in the S&P 500, in the NASDAQ 100, about 10 stocks that have been carrying the market up because they're so massive. If the equal weight is showing us that this is not a healthy move, it's all sideways chop, yet the S&P or the NASDAQ 100 have made such enormous moves to the upside, then what do we have? Is that really a true picture of the economy? Right? Because if the economy is great, then every stock should be doing well.
Soloway believes the stock market is sending a very false signal to investors, lulling them into a false sense of security about the economy's strength. The technical analyst also believes that false sense of security is spilling into the cryptocurrency market, and as soon as the brakes are pulled on equities, cryptocurrencies will also see significant price declines. With the Federal Reserve's relentlessly hawkish stance, that might happen sooner than many expect. Fed Chair Jerome Powell is testifying before the House Financial Services Committee this week and is expected to send more warning flags to investors by projecting more hawkishness. While speaking before the lawmakers on Wednesday, Powell again doubled down on the Fed's hawkish view, reiterating that we've not seen the end of the central bank's rate hikes as inflation is still out of control. Inflation pressures continue to run high, Powell said before the committee, and the process of getting inflation back down to 2% has a long way to go. Soloway expects that the Fed's relentless struggle against inflation will break the economy and crash the markets. However, he is more bullish in the short term and has loaded up on altcoins like Cardano, Solana, and Matic, which are up by 7.16%, 4.30%, and 7.34%, respectively, in the past 24 hours. Let's get back to Soloway's broadcast as he discusses the importance of Bitcoin in today's world of unbridled money printing, gold, and winning strategy for investors.
Now, do I think there's a need in our economy for Bitcoin? Yes, I do. It drives me insane that the US government can just print, dilute the hard-earned dollars that me and that every one of you make. And by the way, many people watching from all over the world, and you guys are in the same position. There's no central bank out there that hasn't printed money, at least not in the bigger economies. So, keep that in mind, and there is a use case for Bitcoin. And a lot of people will say, well, Bitcoin, what's the real value? All the value is saying, well, someone will pay more for it. But I'm like, and this, I was talking with Ben, my head trader, yesterday. We were talking about this, and it's the bottom line is every asset's like that. The only reason the dollar has value is because people believe that the US government is firm, and therefore they believe that if they buy a dollar or they have a dollar, that it will hold its value. Well, guess what? It's not doing that. But look at gold. I mean, even gold. The only reason 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 years ago, people somehow said this metal is going to be the precious metal that we deem has value, right? It's all the same. It doesn't matter if it's a digital currency or it's gold or it's a stock. I mean, think about this. Why are people buying Tesla today? Why are people buying Nvidia today? Because they believe that it's going to go up and they can sell it to someone else higher. Same concept of why people believe in Bitcoin, which is why I think Bitcoin is a no-brainer future asset, much like gold. Now, do I think people are going to be going into Starbucks buying a cup of coffee with Bitcoin? No. I think it's the digital gold, and I think that's where it's going to be. I continue to be in the camp that we're still going lower on gold. Now, I was the biggest bull on gold, and I still am. That doesn't mean I don't think you're going to have small pullbacks, right? Think about that. Nothing goes straight up, nothing goes straight down. So in terms of gold, we're down ticking again today. We're at 1926 on gold. I still have it pivot, which would be a classic retrace to the scene of the crime, right? Pivot high to pivot high. Look at that retrace. We broke out here. What would be a retrace? Well, let's go back to, let's do some education. Let's go back to Solana. All right, so Solana, this is just the inverse of it, right? Breakdown on Solana, retrace to the trend line that broke down. Well, if we go to gold, here's your breakout on gold, and this is your retrace. What you're seeing here, folks, is that it doesn't matter what asset it is. It's going to repeat because humans are trading gold. Humans are trading Solana. Humans are trading Apple. Humans are trading Tesla. Humans are trading, it's all the same. All right, as long as you have up to a certain amount of participants, right? I mean, you don't want to trade an asset that has 3 people trading it. That's not going to give you, if you have a liquid asset where you have a bunch of people trading it, the behavior, and this is why charts work, is going to be the same because people are fearful or they're greedy, all right? Or they're somewhere in between. And that same fear repeats in every asset class just like greed does. So with gold, check this out. So we have our target, which is just around 1,900 bucks. I love showing this too. If we do a Fibonacci retrace from the recent move up, what is right at that level? Look at this, 382 Fibonacci retrace, right at that level on gold. All right, so what that does to me is that says, okay, so gold a little bit more down, and then I start loading the boat again. And I think the bottom line is here is that as an investor, and what I want to convey to you guys is that, number one, you have to remain logical. You have to follow charts which help you remain logical because you can see when things go nuts to the upside, it's not the time to buy and FOMO in. It's probably the time to offload a little bit and become more conservative. Same thing on the downside. You start nibbling when things are down, AKA a week ago with the altcoins. Now, by the way, do I think the altcoins are going to ultimately go lower? Yes. Do I think Bitcoin dominance is going to go higher? Yes. But that doesn't mean you can't trade the panic. The panic is people panicking and exiting. There are opportunities there for being a trader. Now, again, a lot of you guys are not traders. In that case, stay the heck away. You want to find good quality assets that you have a longer term view on. That's what you want to do.
According to Gareth Soloway analysis, the cryptocurrency market is primed for some short-term upside moves, followed by significant price declines when the stock market begins to give back some of the inflated gains and return to its true level. There are, of course, several other events for cryptocurrency investors to look forward to. These events, especially the provision of some much-awaited regulation for the industry and next year's halving event, are expected to significantly improve prices, possibly even leading to new all-time highs. What are your thoughts on Soloway's broadcast and the ongoing rally in the cryptocurrency market? Do you think it would be short-lived, only lasting for a few days or much longer? Please drop your comments and observations in the comments section below, subscribe to the channel, and give the video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.